Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring the latest in game news and movie news. I am your host, Joe Garcia. So grab your controllers, get your popcorn, and let's go ahead and dive right on in. Starting with our video game news topics of the day. Well, we got Galactus over here holding down the fort, which I think is pretty cool. I got it watching Fantastic Four last night. But starting with our video game news topics of the day, it looks like we have a showcase currently going on with Steam called Games Forged in Germany. And we're going to go ahead and check out some of the games that I wanted to highlight, starting with our first game here, Super Meat Boy 3D. Now, there's music playing over this, so I'm not going to be able to play the whole entire thing, but I do think this game looks very entertaining, almost similar to the original. Of course, that was a 2D platformer game, but as far as the chaotic nature of being this Super Meat Boy character and running through these puzzles and trying to beat your original time, and of course, I love that your blood or meat stays splattered on the walls and stuff like that, could kind of show the path that you had originally took. This just looks very entertaining. I haven't played the original Super Meat Boy for about, I want to say, 5 years now, if not more so. But the original creators were on this documentary about indie game creation, and two guys worked on the original game. And I hope that they have a hand in this, maybe as producers, maybe as developers, who knows. But I do think it's really great to see something like this come to fruition, especially for such a game that was as popular as Super Meat Boy was when it was originally released. And the visuals are just beautiful for a game like this. It does look like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to check it out for myself. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to check out Super Meat Boy 3D? And have you played the original? If not, I think this is a great time to check it out. I always think remakes is a good opportunity to see the original. Like for movies, we have The Running Man coming out. I think it's a great opportunity to see Arnold Schwarzenegger's Running Man movie. We have the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, hopefully coming eventually. I think that'd be a good time to go on Steam and play the original Prince of Persia Sands of Time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited to check out Super Meat Boy 3D? Now it's just going to repeat the same stuff over and over again, so let's go ahead and move on to the next game, which is called, I believe I'm going to pronounce this wrong, so forgive me, Furiosis. And this game doesn't have as much music playing, but let me tell you the gist is, it seems it's set in a world where there's dinosaurs and creatures and monsters, and you seem to be trapped on this island hunting for your brother and looking for him, and then chaos ensues. Now this initial first part of this is just prelude and pre-story that everything's trying to kill you and stuff like that, but I wanted to get to the more fun aspect of the trailer, which is going to be coming up right here. So let's go ahead and check this out.
He must have been here. I told him it would bring good luck. I have to keep my word.
Remember, the future is not for everyone. I'm Alabaster Dawn, CEO of Manifesto.
This ends here.
Now they didn't really showcase if you could shoot like the dinosaurs or anything like that, but I can't see why they wouldn't include that. But it does look pretty interesting and a lot of fun. But the most excited game I'm interested in, as far as this Forged in Germany showcase, is this next trailer I have, which is called Morbid Metal. Now I cannot play a lot of this one for you because there is a lot of music playing over it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the visuals, and I can try to unmute myself or unmute it here and there so we can take it out. But if you guys want to see the whole trailer without my dumb face in the corner or without me talking over it, the links will be in the description down below if you guys are interested in checking that out. But this game just looks phenomenal visually, combat wise, just everything looks so cool and chaotic. I love it. Let's check it out. Let's see if it's still playing music. Which of course it's playing music. Why else? What else would it be playing at that case? We can't just listen to combat. We're gonna have to wait for gameplay. They got to keep things exciting. But it does look phenomenal, and the power ups and everything looks so cool. This is a game I really look forward to checking out, and I hope it. I hope actually is it out already? I'm not sure if they're showcasing live games or not. Let me go ahead and just jump to the end of this trailer because I mean I'm already hooked and sold on this game, but I wonder if you guys are. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. No, it's wish list right now. Play demo. Okay, so we could probably check out the demo, which is really going to be fun. But what do you guys think of this trailer? Are you interested in this game? Are you interested in other games from this showcase? Let me know if I missed out on any really cool highlights. If not, let me know what you guys think. And just to name off some of other games that they're showcasing right now is Seafarers, the Ship Sim, Industria 2, Hunt Showdown 1896, and Lost Legends. Those are just some of the games that they're showcasing, but those are the three that stood out to me. But let me know what you guys think of these games and this showcase. Moving on to our next topic of the day. We're going to file this one under the rumor mill, so nothing guaranteed here. But it looks like another Xbox or Microsoft exclusive is going to be coming to the PS5 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2004. So it might be coming to the PlayStation. Now this comes to us from Game Rant, but it apparently the leaker NateTheHate has claimed that Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to the PS5 in 2025, specifically around the November time. This rumor, of course, follows a lot of different exclusives coming from Xbox that are going to be coming to the PlayStation. It was initially rumored that Stalker 2 was going to be coming, and now it has been confirmed that that's coming to the PlayStation. And of course, there's rumors that Starfield is going to be coming to the PlayStation as well. While that one hasn't been confirmed, it is highly rumored that that is happening in the case. And of course, Gears of War is currently going to be releasing on PS5 next month. I have that pre-ordered for a hard copy, so I can show that to some family members that are Xbox fans and throw it in their face, which is going to be a lot of fun. That PS5 won, which is very sad because I think Xbox was a very good competitor and they have just given up in the long run. Anyways, but I'm not going to go into that whole rant again. But apparently, there's also highly rumored that Halo will eventually be coming to the PS5. Once that reaches the PS5, you can just say kiss goodbye to Xbox exclusive gamings. I don't think they're going to be doing that no more in that case. So they're just probably going to end up being a publisher over a console creator at that point, which is a big mistake. But some people are okay with it. Now, if you don't know what Microsoft Flight Simulator is, it is, of course, a flight simulator, and a lot of people use this to practice flying or to learn how to fly. Now, I don't know how accurate it is to compared to learning the exact ways of flying, but supposedly it's pretty intuitive on the flights and how things work in that case, which I think would be very fun for this to come to the PS5 and very entertaining game to play. So we'll see what ends up happening with that rumor around the November time. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. It looks like Dying Light the Beast has been delayed a month. It was originally going to be coming out on August 22nd, but it looks like it is now going to be coming up on September 19th. Now, they have released a statement, of course, saying the typical, so they can take a good game and make it a great game, working on some UI, some graphical fidelity, some cinematic cutscenes, and things of that sort. Now, a month is not enough time to make any significant changes in a video game like this, but it is enough time to do some polish and to fix some major bugs that they might be seeing as far as crashes or something like that. So hopefully they really get this game to a level where it's able to be released. Now, if it was anything more sufficient than that, I'm sure they would have boosted this or pushed this game way further back than just 30 days. But I think this is a good idea. Of course, it's better to release a game in a state that you feel is great for the players as opposed to releasing a game just for fun. So 30 days is not a lot of time, but they can really do a lot of decent polishes and things like that when the game is released. Now, of course, there's going to be a day one patch, which every game has, or a week one patch. So who knows what that's going to look like, but I think it's good that they're ending up doing this. But what do you guys think? Are you sad that Dying Light the Beast is being delayed by another 30 days? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Moving on to our next news topic of the day. The Battlefield 6 trailer just dropped yesterday, and it looks like it has surpassed Black Ops 7's trailer count in 1 hour. Now, this comes to us from Game Rant, of course. Now, some of their numbers here are a bit off from what I saw. They were stating that excuse me, they were stating that the video for Battlefield 6 had already reached 194,000 likes with only 18,000 views. Now I know with games or with trailers that are kind of previewed, you could like something before the trailer even starts. So I just think the numbers are kind of off because it premiered with like 40,000 likes at the time before the thing even started, and then only 19,000 views at the time of them writing this. So just the numbers seemed off. So what I ended up doing was going over and just looking at the first 24 hours. So at 8 o'clock today, I went to go see what the viewership and what the like rate was for these both of these games at this point. So I don't know what the first 24 hours was looking like for Call of Duty, but for this very moment, in the 24 hours after Battlefield, it does look crazy. So Battlefield 6 is currently sitting on 6.1 million views with 404,000 likes. And Black Ops 7 is currently, which was dropped earlier during the Xbox release, is currently sitting at 40 million views. So damn near almost 10 times the views of the Battlefield 6 trailer, and it's sitting at 140,000 likes. So it's a big difference in like ratio, and with the numbers that they were saying as far as the first 24 hours, with it being 194K, I think the numbers I'm looking at and giving you are a better estimate as opposed to what they were looking at within the first hour, because it just didn't match the views. So I didn't really like the way that turned out. So let's go based off what I'm saying. Now, likes aren't everything as far as games are concerned, and as far as uh, purchasing a game is concerned, but they do say a lot about what gamers are interested in. And Call of Duty has been a bit of a cookie cutter game, and Battlefield has been a little different with the differentiating from what they're doing with the Battlefield. And there's a lot of time in between Battlefield games where players can build up a hype for the next game and things like that. And I think that this is a showcase of that, seeing gamers like something like this. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to wait and see what happens when the game is released, because overall, they can have a million likes, but that doesn't say anything unless players are buying the game and playing the game. So we'll have to see what happens on release, but this is a great initial sign for Battlefield 6, um, even looking better than what Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is going to be doing when it releases in November. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. I think it's a good idea to do a bit of a comparison between both games. When both games initially release, we'll see what they do as far as numbers within the first week, and hopefully we can get the numbers within the first 24 hours to see which game is performing better than the other. I know Steam has a better metric than others, but I would like to see what the units sold are. Those are probably better numbers to check out. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Are you more excited for Battlefield 6 or Black Ops 7? Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to our last video game news topic of the day, and this is another rumor. It is currently rumored that Ubisoft has canceled the sequel to Star Wars Outlaws. Now, according to this article, the game was not in full production. It was in early concept stages, so nothing crazy was going on in the back end. They didn't cancel fully developed games like Xbox did recently when they shut down a couple games. But it looks like some of the things that they did do were because of the purchasing and how the original Star Wars Outlaws did. It didn't make a lot of money. It came with a lot of negative backlash from the fans and from the players. Now, it did have good critical reviews, but fan reviews did not do so well. I think, what is it? Tom Henderson was on a podcast, and he said that Ubisoft has chosen to not move forward with this. Now, I don't know how in depth he is at Ubisoft and who he knows, but this sounds very believable at the moment. Now, one problem that Ubisoft has had a lot of issues over the past couple years with Assassin's Creed Shadows, with statements like the following: Ubisoft blamed partial game failure to the decline in popularity of the Star Wars brand. Now, not necessarily the brand, they were blaming Star Wars fans, because you're playing as a woman and things like that. And I think that is a huge mistake, because while they may be the loudest people online, they are not the majority. They're just the people that don't shut the hell up. Now, the majority of fans are more quiet and like to do things as things come along and then state their opinion. And it's proof that the game like this just wasn't done correctly. Even me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I wasn't even interested in this game. I didn't even look at this game because it was not appealing to me. So that says a lot overall, especially when other games are successful, like the Star Wars. Oh my God, what's it? New Order. What was that game called? Forgive me, guys. I need to figure out what games are called. Oh, forgive me. Jedi Survivor. Um, yes. So Jedi Survivor did pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. So it just says a lot that Ubisoft, of course, would blame gamers for the issues for the faults in their game. Really sad to see this happen, but I mean, hey, I'm happy they're not wasting their time with another Star Wars game if it's going to be not as fun and not as entertaining as this one was, because they really need to up their development and get the ball rolling. Otherwise, people aren't going to be able to play and enjoy their games. I did have a commenter recently on a past video comment about Ubisoft, and he really, if you guys want to check that out, I think it was like 3 videos ago. He really laid out a nice long list of why he no longer wants to support Ubisoft, even though he does like the Prince of Persia game and wishes he could buy it, but he will not be supporting Ubisoft, and it's very understandable the way he feels. And I tend to agree with him at this point. But that does it for our game news topics of the day, guys. Let us know what you guys think of everything in the comments down below. We're going to go ahead and move on to our movie news topics of the day, starting with actually, let me take a sip of this real quick, guys, because I need to clear my throat. I am getting a little sick. Thank you so much for your patience. So, moving on to our movie news topic, starting with Five Nights at Freddy 2 trailer has just dropped the other day. And let's go ahead, and now I cannot play the audio, of course, because YouTube is a bit of a bitch, but we can just jump in here and jump across and see some crazy imagery. This actress, she does phenomenal work. She's in the Ghostbusters movie. I think the first thing I seen her in was a Chris Evans movie called Gifted or something like that. She's just been a phenomenal actress. I love seeing what her career is doing. So it's nice to see her in this film. I don't know how far she makes it, but we got the return of all 3 of these characters. And it looks like that she has been looking for her friends from the first movie, and they finally contact her with this device from the store, and then she goes and explores, and of course, chaos ensues. Now, the first movie was pretty entertaining and pretty fun, so I think this movie is going to be the same. There was a bit of a lackluster, how to say, lackluster action, lackluster horror element in the last one, in my opinion. So I'm hoping this one expands more on the horror aspect of Five Nights at Freddy, you know, the creepiness and stuff like that from the original game. But I do think the lore and things like that they're introducing, like with the this new place that they're going, is not one of the franchise locations, it's the original location, which is a cool idea to introduce for this movie. And I'm hoping that they bring back the villain from the last movie. I'm not going to say who it was just in case you didn't see it, but I highly recommend you guys check it out, and I'm looking forward to this. And I thought it was a decent trailer. Now, I didn't get me super hyped for the movie, but I think this is a good first trailer. I think trailer number 2 is probably going to more introduce us to the full story and to fully what everything's going to happen, which will probably sell me more on the movie. Usually second trailers are better at that for me, but this does look very entertaining. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Five Nights at Freddy 2? Moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like we got our first trailer for Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2. Now, I thought season 1 was phenomenal. Walter Scoble, I think is his name, did phenomenal in the first season, and he was returning for the next season. I think he's great casting for Percy Jackson, and this does look like a lot of fun. And again, YouTube, bit of a bitch with audio and stuff like that, but I want to look at some of the visuals. It really takes you back to, if you were a fan of the book, you kind of understand what's going on here as far as the story and things that you're seeing here. I haven't read the book since I was like in middle school, I think. So it's been many years, and I listened to that on audiobook all the way back then on CD. So I think it's a good time to, you know, get the audiobooks, reread the books if you guys have a chance, and you know, really delve into this world. And it's nice to see I think this kind of movie is really great for shows, and it kind of shows me an idea of what they can do with Harry Potter as far as expanding the story. I think it's very exciting, and things look really awesome. And we have here, of course, his brother coming to rescue him with the introduction of the Cyclops character, which is. I feel like they can never do a Cyclops character right. It always looks weird CGI right there. It's like the uncanny valley, I guess you can say. But it does look very interesting and is a cool little small first trailer. I cannot wait for this season. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2? Also, did you watch season 1? And if you did, what was your favorite part? I'm curious what you guys think. Moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. If you guys didn't know, it looks like there is a War of the Worlds reimagining that was filmed back in 2020, and I guess Universal didn't know what the hell to do with this movie because they are finally releasing it on streaming under Amazon Prime Video. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. It stars Ice Cube in the, I guess, the lead role of the film. But what they've decided to do, it's not like the Tom Cruise film at all. What they ended up deciding to do was to make it more of a. Let's go ahead and pull up this trailer here. Now I'll play this one because I don't care what YouTube says about this one. You guys need to see this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this, and if YouTube has an issue with it, they'll probably have me edit it out. So you guys can watch it on your own time. I'll have everything in the description down below. I have the article link there, so that article will lead you to the YouTube video if you guys are interested in checking it out. But hopefully they let us play it out. So let's see and go ahead and check out this ridiculous, weird looking trailer for the new War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube.
Hey. See, you took the Sunday graveyard shift again. Dad, when's the last time you left the office?
That's classified.
Just real quick, guys. So this reminds me, this makes sense that this was filmed in 2020. I felt like this was during COVID where no one could be touched or had to stay separated from everyone, and that's why they're kind of isolating multiple characters. This is not just the beginning. The whole trailer is like this where it looks like characters are super isolated, and it looks super B flick, even C flick esque kind of movie. It's wild to me.
The surveillance industrial complex is collecting massive amounts of data with the Goliath program. Our most precious resource on Earth is data. And data is food for the superior intelligence.
Dad, have you seen this? Have you seen this?
Can you tell yet what they're comprised of?
No, sir. I've never seen anything like this.
Eyewitness video is coming in from all over the world. Terrifying machines rising out of these meteors.
Get away from that! Get out of there! I'm coming for you now!
So yeah. Hopefully YouTube don't make me edit that out, but if they did, basically what we saw was a almost kind of found footage. You know what it's like? It's like that movie Unfriended. If you don't know what that is, that's basically like a webcam movie where people are the whole movie's done on webcam. And there was also Unfriended Dark Web or something like that. It came out, I think that was like 2018 or 2016, something like that. But That's what this reminds me of. It looks like they took that idea and kind of went with it for a War of the Worlds aspect. Now he said, "I'm gonna go get you," so I don't know if we're gonna actually go eventually into the normal world and actually see what's happening. But yeah, it definitely looks B-fix sci-fi channel kind of movie, which is very interesting. Ice Cube's doing a lot of acting with his face. It also stars Ivan Longoria, and it's being directed by Rich Lee, who I had never heard of before this, and yeah, it just does not look good at all. But I don't know what you guys. I might have to check it out just purely based off curiosity. But let me know what you guys think of this trailer and of War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube. Moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like we have our Thursday preview for Fantastic Four. Now, I saw it last night and I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, and I highly recommend you guys check it out. I had a good time. Not a whole lot of action that you would get from an MCU movie, but a great story nonetheless. And Galactus is just phenomenal. I love it. And Silver Surfer is wonderful. The visuals are great. Little wonky CGI with some of the baby stuff, but everything else looked really on point, really beautiful. But let's go ahead and check out what the Thursday preview is. It looks like it has made $24.4 million in the Thursday previews. I don't know if this ad is blocking the number here, but anyways, it made $24.4 million. And just to give you guys some context of how that did, the Superman Thursday preview did 22.5 million and opened to $125 million opening weekend. Just to give you guys an idea of what we're possibly looking at for Fantastic Four, and to give you guys more of an idea of what we're looking at as far as MCU is concerned. Let me go ahead and go over to my dumb face here. As far as MCU is concerned, the Captain Marvel movies Thursday preview was at 20.7 million, so less than Fantastic Four, but it also brought in $153 million that opening weekend, which is more than Superman. So while these numbers aren't guaranteed, you can kind of get an idea of where Fantastic Four might end up landing. Also, another comparison is Captain America: Civil War, which had a more Thursday day preview with $25 million, ended up opening with 179.1 million opening weekend. So it varies on what we're going to end up seeing with this opening weekend for Fantastic Four, but I think it might beat Superman. Excuse me, guys. I think it might be Superman. I think we're looking at the 140 million dollar opening weekend, possibly. Who knows? We'll end up seeing what happens this Monday when we get our box office results. But I do think this Thursday weekend is very promising, and I'm sure the people at Marvel are celebrating and very happy with what they've done. And again, if you guys haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. I give it a thumbs up. Had a great time in the theater. Very good story, and I'm probably going to be checking it out again tonight, if not tomorrow. So let's go ahead and dive into our last movie news topic of the day. And our last topic of the day is right before the Fantastic Four movie played last night. We got the trailer to Avatar: Fire and Ash. Now that is not available currently on YouTube. It is going to be available probably within the next couple weeks. Maybe after this initial opening weekend, it'll drop online at some point. But I'll give you guys a breakdown of what I saw as far as this trailer is concerned. Now, if you want to read about it, Entertainment Weekly has a nice little breakdown with some pictures from the trailer. If you can see here. Now these pictures aren't. I think some of them are from the previous movie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she was. I think she had her baby in the previous movie. So these are from some of these are from the previous movie. Some of them are that are released images from the new movie, like this one. Of course, I think that's one's some concept art. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing this, go ahead and check out the article. But as far as my breakdown is concerned, this trailer introduces a new Navi tribe. I believe they're called the Ash People, and they look very interesting. The main Ash person, or at least I think she's the main Ash person, is here in our opening screen right here on the right hand side. This character is called Varong, if I'm not mistaken, and she is played by Ona Chaplin. Now, if you don't know who Ona Chaplin is, She was in Game of Thrones, and she is the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin, the famous actor, of course, with the mustache, the hat, and the twirling sticks, and does all the comedy bits. Charlie Chaplin's phenomenal, so I think it's nice to see almost Hollywood royalty play in this Avatar film as the bad guy, it seems. And it looks like we get a team up with this new Ash tribe and the war dogs from the previous movie for oh my god, what's his name? Hold on, let me look it up. It's gonna bother me. What's his character's name? The big bad guy. Damn it. Avatar Fire and Ash cast. Gonna piss me off. I haven't seen these movies since they came out. Uh Stephen Lang. So Stephen Lang's character, Miles Quarch, which is the general guy, he's now an Avatar from the previous movie. It looks like he is going to be teaming up with the new tribe and really getting it kind of his. He's going to have his own Jake Sully. It seems like, because it looks like he meets this tribe, and then eventually later on in the trailer we see him with the painting that the Ash people put on their face, the red look that they get, as opposed to Jake Sully, who has the Sky People, I guess you can say, for the Natiri's tribe. So very interesting what they have going on here. Very chaotic things going on, and it seems like Jake's character in this trailer kind of is very hesitant to move forward after losing his son. He's very he wants his family to stay safe and kind of not be involved in all the war and the chaos since losing a child. And Tiri seems like she just wants revenge and she wants death and she's pissed off, and I love that about her character. So this movie looks so interesting and so fun. There's a lot going on in this trailer, and it's funny, not a lot of the story was told. It was more visuals and some voiceover, but nothing broken down, some lines from the movie. But you got a lot from this trailer, a lot of information. And I think the new tribe looks awesome. This character right here looks phenomenal, amazing, and creepy. And I can't wait to see what they do with her character and how things move along. And I think also Michelle Yeoh is in this movie. And I don't remember seeing her in the trailer. I'm not sure if she's one of the Avatar people. I think she's playing some doctor, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it just looks phenomenal, and I cannot wait to check out this trailer. And I hope you guys go ahead and check out Fantastic Four just to see this trailer, if anything, because it is phenomenal trailer. Or when it drops online, we'll go ahead and check it out again when it does. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And always, guys, remember to stay true and be odd.